Hello again.
Hello. So we're just about to start our second game for today's Sevens tournament. SRT are in the black at Severn Roller Torrent, and they have got lead jammer. That is Heli Chopper taking the jam. And in the red up against him is Milton Keynes Roller Derby. Their first jammer was Banshee Weave, but we've had a very early star pass over to 88 Dancing Diamond.
It's all go.
Not wasted any time, have they?
No.
They are keen. So Dancing Diamond is out for initial pass. Meanwhile, Heli Chopper being reabsorbed by the pack, calling it off, but not before they got their 4 points.
Yes, full complement of points there. As Buffy Shovers makes her way to the back of the pack alongside Airy Fairy for Milton Keynes. We will be starting with a pack advantage to Milton Keynes with the pivot for Severn in the box.
A hit out on the inside line sees Buffy Shovers being recycled back, but they're using it as a run-up to get straight through, but pick up a cut track penalty, so that means we have a power jam with Milton Keynes picking up lead. So that is Airy Fairy coming up for a scoring pass at this point.
Nice breakthrough there by Dancing Diamond, cracking open that Severn wall.
But Severn's wall are doing a really good job. They're getting the offence coming in, but they are just brushing them off and recycling back round in front of the jammer, not letting that offence be effective. And that is a power jam switcheroo with another cut track assessed onto Airy Fairy. So this means we've got ourselves a 2-minute jam with Buffy Shovers coming back onto the track. So they are still on their initial pass at this point, but didn't take long, and now they are on to score some points.
Yeah, I think it'd be fair to say she dusted her way through that pack. So I can do better. I can do better.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
So all of Severn kind of going in on the offence, making things chaotic there for the Milton Keynes wall, but a beautiful one-on-one blocking at the front by Over the Painbow, Milton Keynes captain.
Yeah, Painbow is... I saw her on Facebook this morning looking absolutely fierce, and she is blocking up Storm. Fairy out of the box, back on track and straight through the pack. Thistle tried to shut her down on the outside line, but was unsuccessful. That jam reaching its natural conclusion. And points on the board for both teams.
I got so excited I forgot to write down my stats. I have failed all the nerds out there.
We still love you.
Okay, thanks.
So points still quite close. 4 points. That's first points on the board for Milton Keynes 4 to Severn's 12. I might have to take to calling them SRT. Yeah. Because Severn that we could end up getting.
Seven team at a Sevens tournament. It gets complicated.
Straight through the pack, picking up lead jammer. That is going to be Pip for Milton Keynes. Beautiful hop, skip and a jump over that apex there on turn 1 means 4 unanswered points for Pip.
Yeah, calling off the jam, denying SRT the opportunity to get any points up themselves and closing that points differential 8 to 12. So we're going into the next jam. We've got Banshee Weave taking on Buffy Shovers.
Banshee throwing a big hit going into the pack there.
And a really good offence from Little Sister to open up that inside line for Buffy to take the lead. Meanwhile, we have another star pass going over to Dancing Diamond and a big hit onto the jammer to slow down Buffy's momentum as they come up for a scoring pass.
some really top-notch multitasking from Diamond. Also, I literally did not see Buffy even remotely get close to the pack, and then all of a sudden she was out. I'm speechless. That was incredible. Yeah.
They've just flown their way through.
Penalty for Banshee sitting as a blocker, so pack advantage going to SRT for the next jam.
So that is Helly on the jam line taking on Airy Fairy.
Both teams with some nice looking 3 walls. And
big hit from Dancing Diamond on the outside line to deny Helly getting through, but a sneak through on the inside line. They are neck on neck with Airy Fairy, and it's Airy Fairy who takes lead for Milton Keynes.
Yeah, Helly just managing to squeak her hips around Cyberjammer on the inside line. And again, favouring that inside. Points for both teams. However, Helly picks up the 4 versus 2 for MK. Points still not a massive spread.
No.
So we've got 10 points for MK, 24 for SRT. About a third of the way through this game, just over 14 minutes remaining.
So Pip on the jam line with Buffy Shovers as the whistle goes. Pip getting absorbed into that wall, but taking an inside line and takes lead. Buffy Shovers has taken the start off, and that has been passed over to Little Sister, who has completed the initial pass now. With Pip not far behind them, looking to call it off, but the bench says nah.
Nah.
Just added suspense, calling it off just before the opposing jammer can pick up any points.
So that was 4 unanswered points for MK, meaning that we've got just a 10-point split, 14 to 24 in favour of SRT. Much closer game. But I'm Snoogs and I'm here with the factual facts. Pointing these out for you here today to this tournament. Meanwhile, Helly racing through on that inside line as there's some massive hits on track. The pack totally split and just utter carnage, really.
So that was a no pack call that allowed Milton Keynes jammer out at the front, but a big hit out at the last second sees them reabsorbed into the pack as the jam is pulled off. I'm not sure if SRT were aware that Milton Keynes hadn't got their initial pass there as they called it off. Maybe they just wanted a break.
I just want to stop, please.
I would just like a sit down, please.
Would somebody please think of the children?
So Airy Fairy on the inside line, jamming up against Buffy Shovers. So Airy Fairy kind of duking their way, trying to find a gap, whereas Buffy Shovers getting stuck in the middle of that pack, finds a gap and is out for lead.
That was super close. Really great 2-wall work at the front from those blockers from SRT. But Airy Fairy matching pace. Both jammers in the pack and Airy Fairy out first. 4 in favour of 2 for MK.
Yeah, really strong work there by Milton Keynes, even though not getting the jam. Keeping up with that lead jammer, getting more points than the lead jammer before the call-off. Really strong work.
Just over 11 minutes remaining, 18 points to MK, 30 to SRT, 12-point differential. Woo indeed.
You are right to woo.
Yeah.
So Helly and Pip. Pip really proving to be a bit of a powerhouse as they come through as lead.
She's a brick house.
Meanwhile, sprinting up behind them is Helly, wasting no time to try and get those points before the call-off happens. Both jammers kind of spinning their way through and both of them getting 2 points.
I'm really glad you started talking because I was going to carry on singing Brick House. I was caught in a moment.
Maybe later. We'll have a little karaoke moment in between the games.
Maybe I'll put that up on my own YouTube channel.
Do that as a break from poem time.
Yes, yeah.
Just like sing along with Snooks. So a recycle back from Shunt, taking Banshee Weave all the way back. Meanwhile, Buffy Shovers up at the front.
And some pretty tasty looking 3-wall from, I do believe that was Elevator, Painbow and Cyber Jammer, but Shovers is through. She is your lead jammer. And Shunt is going to take a sit down because she did something inappropriate.
So we have got a star pass over to Dancing Diamond once again for MK. Third time taking the star.
Just over 9 minutes remaining. SRT with a 16-point lead, 20 points placed, 36.
Both teams are on 5 lead jammers apiece so far. It doesn't get much more even than that.
Nice.
So Helly jamming, trying to get a gap in between that MK wall. And they do, and they pick up lead for SRT. Airy Fairy, meanwhile, taking a big recycle back. But is that the run-up that they need to get through? I think it is.
Yeah, absolutely smashing her way through that wall. Three points bagged there for SRT before the call-off.
So Pip taking on Buffy Shovers on the jam line. So Pip using Dancing Diamond to clear that inside line, makes short work of taking lead.
Beautiful check there by Diamond. Waterfalling her way to the front of the pack. And getting right in the way of Shovers. Meanwhile, Pip up on a scoring pass, just weaving her way through the pack, managing to avoid pretty much any contact at all for what looked like an effortless 4 points, but you can see her legs pumping away and really laying in the crossovers.
So Buffy Shovers, you can see, is looking for that offence, but just keeps getting hit out by that MK wall and recycle back.
I think this is the longest we've seen Shovers take to complete an initial pass.
I think it is, and maybe it's like they're doing one-on, one-off as a jammer, like there's only so much adrenaline people can keep going. Yeah. And that is a star pass that has been successful onto SRT to Thistle Scratch.
Pip there picking up another 2 points, bringing that score, that jam to, I believe that would be a 14-point jam for MK.
It's either 12 or 14, depends how quick we are with the scorekeepers. Yeah, it is 14, you were right.
Oh, and we've got a taco cap. Palindrome taco cap. I'm sorry, folks, I'm a nerd. I love palindromes. Score is 43-34 in favour of SRT. We've got just about 6.5 minutes remaining and 9 points in it.
And that is Milton Keynes picking up lead, but they are reabsorbed by the pack, forcing the call off.
Making the tactical decision to, call it off. As I started talking, I realised that you just said they called it off.
It's fine, you're just reiterating to make sure we are clear.
you mentioned in the car that I looked like I was buffering.
You are now currently buffering?
Yes, I'm buffering. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I can talk enough nonsense for two people if needed. So we have Buffy Shovers up to jam with Airy Fairy. Airy Fairy jumping around that inside line, but is shut down. That's over the Painbow, going and taking a seat in the penalty box, giving Milton Keynes the blocker disadvantage.
Shovers currently stuck against Cyberjammer, although she is going to take a seat in the box. That was a blocking with the head. Haven't seen one of them for a long time.
It has been a while. So this means we have got a power jam with Milton Keynes having lead jammers, so they've got all the control at this stage. And with a very small points gap, this is exactly what Milton Keynes want to see.
We do still have that pack advantage. Oh, well, never mind. I was about to say we do still have the pack advantage to SRT, but as I began the sentence, one of their blockers headed to the box, and the Milton Keynes blocker in the box was getting up to exit.
Fulfilled the announcer's curse.
Yes, yeah. As foretold in the prophecy. It sounds so much more sinister if you say it like that. So Buffy Shovers had exited the box by the end of that jam, but that brings us up to, that was an 8-point jam for MK, and that brings us with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock to a 1-point game. My mistake, 2-point game. 42 points to 44 in favour of SRT. That's now 3.5 minutes remaining. Let's go.
Pip is up to jam for Milton Keynes. They currently have 100% lead success. And again, announcer's curse. Helly goes, nah, I'm not having those sort of stats against me. I'm going to get lead for SRT. Very quick hit it and quit it for SRT, getting the 4 points and calling it off, denying any points for Milton Keynes.
Do you know what I love? So what obviously you can't see here, folks, because you're watching at home after the fact. This is a closed door event.
Yep.
So it's just us, the teams, the officials, the medics, and our wonderful helpers and whatnot. We've got some fantastic track repair folk. Obviously we're all impartial, we're doing our jobs, but we're also really enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
And that is another lead jammer status going to MK. But as much as we are impartial, as I say, we're very much enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
And just to my left, we've got somebody doing track repair, presumably from one of our host lead. Lots of things happening right there.
Just a very big hit at the end, but everyone's smiling, so we're all good.
2 points on the board to MK, and that takes us to a tied game with just over 2 minutes remaining. But yes, the track repair person to my left looked at the clock, looked at the scoreboard just before going into this jam, and I could just see a face, and I was like, they're doing their job, but they're engaged and they're clearly enjoying themselves, and I really hope you're enjoying this game as well.
You can be impartially excited, that's allowed.
Big contact all round.
Helly takes lead for SRT, sprinting around that track as Airy Fairy is up in front, just 2 blockers to pass, and they do.
Helly into the pack, makes her way through, 4 points on board. Oh, my mistake, 3 points, no pass, no penalty indicated by her jammer ref.
Super profesh work by the referees.
Absolutely. Nearly said something else there. I've only sworn once on feed before, and I don't plan to do it again. Helly now with another 4-point pass, or a first 4-point pass. Helly has found a second wind from somewhere. This is absolutely astonishing. Airy Fairy, 4 points on the board. We're down to the last 45 seconds of this game.
So that might be why they're trying to keep it going, because we don't want to be calling it off in between jams and not have that opportunity to keep it going with the hard clock.
That is a very valid point. The jam clock, we have more on the jam clock than we do on the game clock. So yes, you are absolutely spot on.
So Airy Fairy coming up for another scoring pass. Helly out with another 4. With just little sister to pass, a big hit that Airy just jumps out of the way, keeps it going.
Coming into the final 10 seconds of this game.
Another 4, and calls it off at that point.
Mad props to Helly for digging super deep.
Doing one on, one off for the entire game as a jammer, and still having that much energy and determination right at the end. That's insane.
I mean...
And an 18-point jam. 18-point jam for SRT in that final jam.
Somebody's had a Weetabix. Other fortified cereals are, of course, available. Wow. That...
Are you okay?
Yeah, that was...
I was going to say, do you need to sit down? But we're sat down.
We are sat down.
And I still need to sit down.
we have our own announce table provided for us by our wonderful host, Severn Roller Torrent. Our fantastic setup here. We've got Brittany mics provided by Real Time Events, who are running the stream for us. We're being treated pretty well, to be fair.
They're good. They're good to us. They're good people.
They're good people.
So it looks like that's a confirmed final score for this game. So that is 52 Milton Keynes Roller Derby, but the winners with SRT is 62 points, 10-point difference at that final stage.
Just wow. Just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've got goosebumps. That was an incredible game.
I am excited. I don't know about you, but I am excited.
We're getting thank yous from the skaters because they're wonderful. Yes, you're all phenomenal. Yeah, we're going to take a moment.
Let's go breathe.
Yeah.
Let's take a minute.
We'll be back with our next game.
I don't know what the next game is. What is it, Snooks?
Next game is going to be... well, we won't be the only ones taking a break. Next game is going to be SWAT versus Milton Keynes.
Fabulous.
So that should be... I think that'll be quite exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all quite exciting.
Everything's exciting today.
TBF. And then we've got a lunch break, which is nice. So yes, we will see you shortly, friends. Yeah. I was going to say go and have a cup of tea, but you're watching this not live, so you can do what you want. Pause it if you want.
Mad, isn't it? You could have tea the entire time you're watching.
Yeah.
That's insane.
What is the passage of time?
We'll have
we'll leave you at that.
Like a Netflix-style roller derby where you just binge-watch game after game after game.
And we won't ask you if you're still watching.
No, we don't judge like that.
No time for that negativity. Right, we're going.
Bye.